Welcome back, my friends. So today we are going to finish up with the post. We're going to create a post. We will see if we can view all of the posts that we created, but we definitely need to do a post. So to start things running, we need to do that. Otherwise, everything is like these things will not be able to be visible. Now I will just open the Control P sidebar. Oops, not this one. Sidebar. I need this one, the blade. Now here, view post. So what we can do, we can view all of the posts. View profile. It's actually our link, right? User profile. So we can just use that, or we can use this one, user profile index. Now let's create here route and use user profile index. Save it and let's see if this is gonna work or not. Okay, here it is, user profile. It's working. So if I go to the edit page, if I go back to user profile, it is working. Now this one, view the posts. I'm not gonna create it right now. We're gonna just create it. I'm gonna leave the sidebar here because we haven't created the actual pages, the views. Sorry. Now in views, I want to start with create.blade. Now in the create.blade, I want to extend. So put like here, extends and layouts dot app. Very good. Now the next part. So if you don't know what we are doing, is we are doing something like here. So we are extending this section part. By the way, you can copy it like this. You can copy the whole edit file actually. Let's do that. You can copy the whole edit file and paste it here. So we will do a couple of things a little bit different. Now here we do have this class row, and should not be edit information. These should be create new posts. Create new posts, and here we will do have a form, and we will use that form. We don't need actually this one, but what we do need is call MD8, and I'm gonna put offset 2 because we delete the other one, right? Let's just point it out. We do have this call MD2, and I'm doing offset 2 just to mimic that we have something on the left side. So I'm offsetting. So call MD2 and call MD offset 2 makes call MD8, and offset 2 makes call MD10, right? Now we create new post or add new post. It will be more relevant. Now here I'm just gonna say action, and what we are going to do, what we will do is we're gonna change this part here because that is not what we need to. We need to point out to the user's post controller. The other controller was not for this one, and we need to hit the store method. Store method, and here again we will pass the user ID because we need to actually put a post in the database for this user. And actually the method will be post, and we're gonna leave it like that. CSRF is there. Now this will be labeled title. One more thing, you can do it like this. I'm just gonna show you. This is old school. Do it like this. Form. I have no idea why I'm doing it like that, but let's change it to title and title. Very good. So I think this will work. Now here will be type text, title. It will be empty, no value here, and this username actually we don't need it, right? Now I'm just gonna delete that one. So we have the title, we have the empty, we have the class form control, and we can add here a comma. We can put a placeholder, and that placeholder title of the post. Very good. Now we will check that one in a minute. So we have user post controller store and users. Yeah, just I'm checking if we have everything right. Now I'm just gonna copy this label here. I'm gonna do it here, and I'm gonna say body, because that's what we have at the moment. We don't have any IDs, we don't have any photo ID, or I mean, we don't have any photos or files so we can upload it here, right? And that's why we have only the body and the title. But let's just roll this one for a minute. Now we're gonna say here body, it will be type, obviously here we will say text area, right? And so class of form control, so we need to want to be like that, empty string, and class it will be form control, and I think we are done here. Now the password we are going to delete it. Here we will say create post, class btn success, and a form close. Okay, now we do have that one, but we don't have anything, so we need to go in our actual, where we need to go here in users post controller, right? In the users post controller, what we can do, we can have first we will return the index here. Let's do that. Now users post controller will deal with all of the posts. Now we're just gonna return view. We're not gonna do any functionality at the moment because I just wanted to return the view users posts, so index. So what I'm doing is, actually you can look it up in your views, and there's users. Here is the first part. Post is another folder that we have inside, and we do have this index, so we don't need to type index.php. I hope I'm clear with this. And that is for now. After that, we're gonna find all of the posts and we're gonna compact it here, and we're gonna return it to the view. But that is for later, not for now. Now we will do for this one here, create. We will create, return a view users dot posts dot create, and here what we can do, we can find the authenticated user equal auth user, and let's just bring this up, import the class. Very good, it's there. So now we can compact, we can pass this user in the view user. Now we are good to go. What else we need here, what we are going to do is, actually let's check it out. But before this, we need to link it somewhere in our sidebar, right? Now what we can do here is create post. It's not going anywhere, so how are we gonna find out what we need to use? So here is all of our route lists, and we need for user post create, or we're gonna use this one. Let's copy that one, not like that. So I'm just gonna cut it, route, and I'm gonna put it like that. So I hope it's gonna work. Let's see, let's refresh now. So when I go to create post, I should be able to see, here it is, I should be able to see the form that we've done. So actually it's working. So we say create new post and refresh, we are hitting the right view. Now after this, when we are doing this, we can check if we are loading the right user, then dump before that. So now you know that user rig is actually trying to create the post. Here it is. Yep, that's the one. Now everything is working. You can comment out this thing. So after, when we hit the create, we need to work in our store method. So our store method is the one that is important for us at the moment. So we are going back here and we are going to create, so we are going to create another request here. Remember, we do have the requests here, user edit request, but now I just want to create a new request called user post request. So that is what we need to do. Now, if you forgot the function PHP artisan, and now we are going to make, we're gonna say make form request. Where is the form request? Here it is. Make request. Now here we will say PHP artisan make request, and we can name this as users post request, and I'm just gonna hit enter. Now the request created successfully. Here it is. So here we need to authorize to true, and after that we need to put the rules. Remember, so we need to return the rules, and for the first rule we have the title, and for that rule I want to be required. I don't want any post to not have a title, and I want that to be unique. For example, I don't want to create a post with the two same names. Now you can hook it up, this one, with the posts, and I will say the max of the characters I want to be 255. So this all information, you can see it. There's Laravel, what you can put here, how you can do it, and what I'm just trying to say, it needs to be required, it needs to be unique, and it needs to have maximum 255 characters. Now also the body will be required, because I don't want to post without body. Now your logic may be different, so here we can add more features later. Maybe your logic is going to be different, and save it. Now maybe your logic is going to be different and you need to say, okay, I don't want to be unique, I just want to be required. In this one, sometimes it can be nullable, right? That's what trying, you can skip some of the parts. Now that is my logic, but if your project that you're doing at the moment together with me, maybe you're working on your similar but your own project, just read the documentation Laravel carefully, and I think you will be all good. Now, very good. Now what we need to do here, we need to say, so I'm back in the users post controller, we need to link this users post controller. It's not controller, sorry, it's user, what was that? User post request. Now this one is not there, so I'm gonna import it. Here it is. App HTTP request, and we are pulling out users post request. Now I can use that set of rules that we created. So the first thing that we are going to do is I'm going to grab the user that is authenticated. Very good. And I'm going to say user. I'm going to say post equal new post here. So I'm creating an object from the post. And actually, I don't have this model here. So here it is. I don't have it. Now, also you can load up the user, but you don't need actually, because we're loading the authenticated user, and this auth is already being imported or used by Illuminated Support Facade use. Now, back here, I'm just gonna grab all of the data from the form. So I'm gonna grab by the request in all. So if I dump the data, you will see that we're gonna have, let's do it like this, let's refresh. Okay, now new title, body, and if I put it here, I'm gonna have new title, body, and the token is there. So what we are going to do next is we need to try create a new post, but for that we would like to link this create a relation inside this post and user model. Also, if we want, because our post model is empty now, we don't want to have run out to mass assignment error, so we need to just modify this part. And this lecture is going too long, but let's just create a relation. So between post and user. So how are we gonna say here? So public function, let's say user, and I want to return this. Return this belongs to, and I will say user class like this, and I need to load this, import this user class. Very good. Now what else we need to do is we need to create this protected fillable on top here to avoid mass assignment error. Protected fillable. I explained what does this means in the previous lecture, so if you don't, just go back, look at in the first part of the course. So I'm just gonna say title, body. We do have only two things here. We don't need to worry about much else. That's pretty much it. Now in our user, we're gonna finish the user model only. And in our user, what we want to do, we want to put the same relation. So one user can have many posts, right? So here, public function posts, and I'm gonna put a singular, not users, not nothing like that. And I will say return this has many, and I will say post class. Now these two have been linked at the moment. Next lecture we will try to save. Here it is, app post, and this is the function that is linking user, and this is the function that linking post with the users, and this is the function that links users with having many posts. So thank you very much. I hope I didn't bore you too much this lecture because it was quite long, but we learned quite a few things. So I will see you in the next one.